While New Jersey's coastal regions bore the brunt of Superstorm Sandy, widespread damage occurred throughout the state as hurricane-force winds left millions of residents without power. In Hopatcong, 100% of the town was without electricity in the days immediately following the storm, and for many, the days would turn into weeks.
Pretty much anywhere a tree fell, it hit a house or it hit a power line. And that's the devastation that we're seeing. Out of my own class, I have 2 students that lost their homes from trees that have fell on them. I have 4 students that are staying in the shelter. So it's definitely been a huge impact to such a small community.
As the blackout dragged on, hundreds of people without power, without heat, or without homes found comfort within the generator-powered halls and classrooms of Hopatcong High School.
The Hopatcong High School has been set up as a shelter, not only for the residents in Hopatcong, but also county-wide and regional-wide. The Red Cross has been working nonstop. We also have our CERT members from Hopatcong that have been working nonstop.
I was actually here the night of the storm. As soon as that storm hit, that night, I called Mrs. Ronnie Blewett in the kitchen. She wasn't here. She said, get in that kitchen, get water out, get food out there. We got everything there. We help people come in from outside, and it's just been rolling.
In addition to the maintenance, custodial, kitchen, and support staff, who worked ahead of and during the storm to prepare the school for use as a shelter, teachers and staff from throughout the district came after the storm to lend aid in any way they could.
On Facebook, one of the teachers said, let's get together, let the teaching staff get together to do what we can do for our schools. And it kind of generated quite a bit of interest, and we came trying to help out.
One of the teachers that I work with has been in the child care center. Another one is just today was making peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for 2 hours. For me, it was a need to see how everyone was and to help out and do whatever I could for my kids and their families.
Knowing that most of the people here are our students and our school family, we knew that we had to step up and help them in any way that we could.
They have given us all of their personnel. Our teachers have come in on their own time, and they're working, they're showing movies at night, they're playing games with the kids. We have all types of activities going on all day long. They're reading to adults. They're helping in the cafeteria. Our teachers are fabulous in Hopatcong. They are the type of people that give over and over again, and you never have to ask. They're always here.
The teachers even organized a Halloween celebration that took place at the shelter.
I saw a posting on Facebook that Stanhope was doing a trunk or treat for their kids. So I got in touch with Danielle Kovach and I said, hey, can the kids that are in the shelter, can we get the police department to maybe escort them over to Stanhope and let them trick or treat? So she contacted the resource officer here and he said, we can't do that, but we can do it here. So that's how it started, and we imagined providing a little trunk or treat for the kids in the parking lot that were at the shelter, and it turned into a town-wide trick-or-treating expedition for all the kids in town who don't have power and otherwise wouldn't have had a Halloween party.
One of the major areas where volunteers were able to contribute was in the collection of donations and supplies.
By using Facebook and Twitter and emailing and texting, we've been doing as much as we possibly could to get the word out on what the people in the shelter need.
The teachers' outreach efforts even resulted in the shelter receiving donations from neighboring states.
These wonderful people came all the way from Newark, Delaware, from the Christina School District. They came with a van full of supplies, anything and everything you can imagine that our residents are going to need while they're in the shelter. I've seen water come in, baby products, you name it, they brought it.
The Hopatcong shelter wasn't unique. Throughout New Jersey, municipalities relied on their schools to serve in varying capacities, including Buna Middle School, where educational support professionals worked around the clock to keep the shelter operational for evacuees from the hard-hit barrier islands.
We worked hard, we worked long hours, but we would do it over and over again if we had to. We would do it anytime.
Educators in some towns found different ways to help their neighbors. In Stafford, where more than 90% of homes were damaged or destroyed by Sandy, a group of teachers formed START, a community-wide volunteer force to help residents with storm cleanup and recovery. What began with just a few people quickly grew to more than 1,000 volunteers from multiple states. So far, The group has helped clean up more than 600 homes and estimates that they have saved homeowners over $1.7 million in cleanup costs. By November 12th, power was restored to the majority of Hopatcong and the shelter closed. During the 2 trying weeks, many individuals benefited from the efforts of the teachers and support staff, especially their students.
I think the important thing to remember is that school is always a safe haven for kids. So when times are tough at home, when things might be crazy in their life, they know that school is that stable place for them to go to, where they feel safe, where they feel loved, where they feel cared for. So here we are, it's a rough situation for them, and to see a familiar face, to see a teacher that they know that is there for them, I think that was an uplifting thing for the students, and it brought a little bit of normalcy for them, because they knew that here's my teacher, I know that I see her every day, now I see her here visiting me and helping me. I think it provided some comfort for them, and you know, I think it also took away from the craziness of what was going on, and they can focus on something different.